Hey, what is up, everybody? What's up, funnel monetization secrets fam? So it's funny because I posted this morning that when I posted the weekly live schedule, I posted that I was going to go live at like noon. And then I came back and I changed it to 2. And then I changed it to 3. And now it's 4:30. And I'm finally going live. Basically, I woke up this morning and as soon as my son left for preschool, I sat down and hardly got up from my laptop and I couldn't even completely tell you what I was doing, but I was launching something today. I still wanted to go into the funnel and tweak some things and change some things. I wanted to get some promo posts ready. I was having issues with the Stripe, setting up a payment plan in Stripe. I was going back and forth with the guy who was going to fix my funnel. I mean, there were so many things that somehow took up the entire day. What's up, Anna and Brian? What's up? So glad you guys are here. So I came on to basically talk about the fact that I decided to launch 2 things this week and how crazy that is and what I've learned from it. Because, hey, we all know ClickFunnels, I think, mostly in this group. Most of us have been through the One Funnel Way challenge. So we know what it takes to launch a funnel. And we know that there's all these like final steps that you have to take to make sure everything's working correctly. Like add SEO data, test, to make sure all your buttons are working, test all the links, put it in test mode and go try to make a purchase. Fix your domain, add a favicon, all that stuff. So anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about my experience and also why I was crazy enough to try to do 2 launches in 1 week. So a couple of reasons. One, I am going to Tribe of Buyers this week. I leave in 2 days. What's up, Rachel? And I will just tell you guys transparently, this weekend, I did not have the money to fully cover my trip. Yes, my ticket's paid for, my flight is booked, my hotel is booked. I have most of the money on a credit card to pay for the hotel, but I didn't have all of it yet. And not to mention spending money, actually me getting there. So I was stressing to say the least. So that was partly my motivation for launching. Yeah, I could go land some client gigs, but that's a lot of work in itself trying to get client gigs. And so I decided to use this as a forcing function, positive pressure to just get me to put something out there. Because I got into kind of a mode of being afraid to launch. And I think I wanted to come talk to you guys about that because I think a lot of us feel that way. We feel like this launch is this huge thing and you have to plan 6 months to a year in advance. And it's a huge deal. And it can be, if you're doing a really big launch, but it doesn't have to be. So I actually posted about this in Alex's group DMOs yesterday. And I basically came in and asked people if they were failing enough. Because I was reminded that entrepreneurship is about failing over and over and over again until you find success. So whether that's until you find the funnel that actually converts for you, until you come up with the right sales copy, and until you come up with a program that shows off your expertise the right way, until you build a thriving Facebook group. We're just failing all day, every day, really. And so I think we need to just embrace that. It's part of the process. And we don't need to feel bad about it, because if you're not putting anything out there, you're not failing and you're not succeeding either. So the key thing is just to try, and done is better than perfect, and taking massive imperfect action is something you should do. But there is, another side to that. You do want to take massive imperfect action, meaning that you're going to try something, you're going to put it out, you're going to launch before you feel 100% ready, but you do still need to think through the strategy. So launching things is simple, but it's also still really hard. So, we know the process. Come up with an offer stack, validate your offer in the marketplace. That's key. Even if you only ask people in your group, or if you email a few people, message people in your network that you respect, who are doing the same things you're doing and understand your work. Ask them what they think of the offer. That's something that I did. And it was kind of enough to, let me say, okay, I'm going to go try to launch this. I'm not going to do a huge survey, but I'm not going to do an email survey and spend weeks collecting data. because I've seen similar products out there in the market that are doing well, and I know that I have something to add and just want to put it out there and see if it sticks. So that's what I decided to do. So to recap, I needed money for Tribe of Buyers this week. I also needed money to pay the bills. Just trying to get copywriting gigs all the time is very stressful. Like, I like copywriting. I am able to find clients consistently, but kind of that whole process of like getting all the way down to zero and then being like, oh my God, I need more clients tomorrow, and having to stress out. It's not really how I want to be living. That's why I want to put offers out there. I want to create products. I want to have things out there that people can just buy anytime that are converting. I think most of us want this, right? Like the true idea of passive income, even though we all know that nothing about it is passive and it's actually really hard. At least in the beginning, to, you know, put in the work to create the thing that's going to bring you passive income. Yeah, Brian, it does suck. It's really hard. But I'm kind of tired of just sitting in the sidelines and being like, well, I'm not ready yet. I'm not going to launch yet. And so I just decided to go for it. So that brings me to story number one, which is where, so my awesome Facebook group cover photo designer, Mike Milt, he's a member of this group. He and I have been chatting because he created my Facebook group cover photo. He created my profile cover photo because my profile is a funnel to this Facebook group, right? As anyone knows who's doing the One Group Away challenge with Alex, you want to have a profile funnel. You want to like direct people to your group or to your funnel or to your offer or whatever. And he designed my featured image photo. So that's like a 3-pack of really awesome, like custom designed, really pro looking images to bring people into my group. So I was really happy with what he did. I started, like promoting him, recommending him. He quickly got picked to design Alan Dean's new Facebook group photo. He did a design and 2 other designers did, and Alan picked his as the best one because, I think it's subjective, but he did a great job. And that's led to him getting more work. And so we were just talking, we're like, we should really team up. He brands himself as a funnel graphic designer. He has a Facebook group called, I think it's called Funnel Images, or I can tell you exactly. It's like funnel graphics. Yeah, I think it's funnel graphics. And I'm a funnel copywriter, so how could we not team up? So we kind of said that and then forgot about it. And then we were chatting again, and he was like, I really should, put together an offer that's selling this 3-pack of designs. And I was like, yeah, and I could add in some copy. And he was like, well, what would you sell? And so I remember I created this whole bonus stack to go along with Alex's One Group Away challenge. And then the only people who bought through me were people who did link swaps. So I never ended up having to create these bonuses. So I was like, okay, I had some really good ideas there. I'm going to take that and repurpose that and turn it into an offer. So that's another lesson. Like, don't be afraid to create things. You can always go back and repackage them and like sell them as something else, even if you've sold them before in another offer. There's nothing stopping you from taking that and selling it, or like taking something that you once gave away for free and selling it later. It's still valuable, you're just repurposing it. So that's what we decided to do. And, there's a lot of people in this group who are doing the One Group Away challenge. And I felt like I promoted it pretty heavily for a couple of weeks, but for some reason, I just wasn't converting people to buy through my link. I don't know. I think there's a lot of crossover between my group and Alex's. And so maybe a lot of people just bought directly from her. I don't know. I'm not, like upset about it. It's just, it is what it is. So that's why I decided, well, I'm still going to take that bonus deck I put together and I'm going to partner up with Mike and we're going to sell it. We got really excited about it. We came up with a product name. We've called it the Funnel Group or Facebook Group Ignition Pack, or just the Facebook Ignition Pack. So there's like a design pack, there's a copy pack, and then there's a video training series. So I'm also training people on how to like do a Facebook Live expert interview with an influencer, how to write sales copy for an offer that they might make to their group. And so we packaged that all up, and Mike started building the funnel because he's a designer. He designed it all from scratch in Photoshop, which is amazing. I never would have been able to do that, A, and B, it's just so much cooler than just buying a pre-made template, which every other funnel I've created myself has been a pre-made template because I'm not a designer. I was able to write the copy for a funnel in like 2 hours. We ran it by some people. They loved the copy. I think a friend of Mike's said, "Why tell Heidi to stop hitting me? I feel like this is hitting me in the face," because I was like basically painting a bleak scenario of what happens to most people when they set up a Facebook group, which is that they don't set it up properly. They don't have anything there for people to engage with. They're kind of half-hearted about it. Maybe they add some people, then they don't post anything for a while. Anyway, so there's a whole scenario, and people like that copy. Then we shared it with somebody who has a large Facebook group, and he was like, "Well, that's kind of expensive, and you don't want to be competing directly with Alex, who has the One Group Away challenge." And we realized there were some things in our offer that were similar to hers, but the core of the offer is not, because she trains people on how to go into Canva and design an image from scratch. And what we're offering is custom designed images that are really professional. So like if you want to just skip the amateur Canva stuff, and I say that with love, like my first Facebook group image was made in Canva myself, but it's not that great. Like it was serviceable, but like compared to what I have now, like I'm just so much happier. So we're like, okay, if people just want to like go all in and get this and like set things up properly, they can. And so our offer ended up being very complementary to like what Alex is doing, what Andrew Cruzy is doing. He has a very similar how to grow your Facebook group training as Alex. I think hers was somewhat based on his, but she put her own spin on it, of course. He has something called Group Growth Monetization Blueprint. And I got this for free for buying a Tribe of Buyers pack or a ticket. And so, yeah, the trading is similar and it's very good. But again, he doesn't design custom images for people. He doesn't give people posts. He gives people post ideas. He doesn't write email sequences for people. So these are all things that we're offering with our offer. So, but we heard that feedback and we sort of panicked. We're like, oh my God, he's right. No one's going to pay $5.97 for this thing. We need a cheaper offer. So we like went and redid the whole funnel and we created this cheaper offer and we called it the Spark Pack. And it was, I think, $197. Yeah, so it was like a much more toned down. So instead of offering all 3 Facebook cover or Facebook group designs, we were offering one. Like people could choose one. Then I went and talked to this funnel strategist that I just started working with. Like I'm on his team. I'm on retainer with him as a copywriter, so it's awesome. And he was like, "Why didn't you tell us you were creating an offer? Like you have the whole team here at your disposal. Like we can build you a funnel. I can, help you with the strategy." And I was like, "Oh man, like you're right, but I'm brand new to the team, so I wasn't thinking like, well, let me just go and ask them for help immediately before I've even done that much work with them." But I told him, what we were creating, and he was like, "No, fuck that, fuck the cheap plan." He's like, that what you're putting together is valuable, and it's not going to help people if you put something out where they don't get everything they need, right? This made a lot of sense. It's way more helpful for people if they could buy the 3-pack of images. It's way more helpful for people if they get like 2 email sequences from me, 100 days of icebreaker questions that are like different from other posts that I've seen out there, trainings on how to do Facebook Lives, all this stuff. So he's like, you should keep all that, but just reorganize it in a different way. So he gave us some kind of clear feedback about how to make our funnel better. And then he said he would fix it for us. So we waited like a full day. This is all over the weekend, by the way. And then we got antsy. We're like, okay, Sunday night, he said he was going to go in there and fix it. I haven't seen him in there. I messaged him the next day. I was like, is everything okay? Did something come up? He's like, sorry, I didn't get home till 1 a.m. I'm going to do it today. Well, Luckily, we decided not to wait. We had our revised strategy. We all agreed that it was good. So Mike and I just went and made the changes ourselves. Um, Also, Mike is 9 hours ahead. He's in the Netherlands. So he didn't want to, it was his Monday morning. He didn't want to wait to promote our offer that we've been working on since Wednesday. And by the way, our original plan was to launch on Friday. I have to laugh about that now because while possible, if you don't have your strategy really clear and your offer already validated, it's going to be pretty hard to launch in 48 hours, at least if you want it to actually sell. So that brings us to today. We're like, okay, we're back to our original offer. We just reorganized it. Then I made kind of a last minute decision to pull out some of the copy pieces I was offering because you can get them a lot of different places. And I didn't want to be seen as competing with people in our circle. So I took those out, took $100 off the price. Also, we have a payment plan option so people can buy it that way if like $500 is too expensive. And then we were ready. Mike had created some great social post images. I wrote some post copy, but we still had some issues with our funnel. We needed our strategist to go in and fix. And honestly, I think he's doing it right now. So we had to wait until pretty much now to make sure that everything is ready and clear in there. So we are just now really ready to launch. So we've kind of mentioned it a few places, but we didn't go hardcore. I haven't posted about it on my profile yet. So that all ended up working out for the best. So definitely, it's so easy to get antsy. I've been sitting here all day I want to put up a post. I want to post about it on Instagram. I want to message people, but I'm not sure if the funnel's working correctly. I better wait. It's hard, but I waited and now I'm glad. Because now I feel ready to push people to the actual funnel. So this brings me to part 2 of my launch. When I talked to my funnel strategist, we also talked about, well, what can I offer as a copywriter? I'm working on kind of a big core offer that's going to be this, big group coaching plan with done for you services, blah, 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 all this stuff. That's going to be my high ticket offer though. And I don't feel ready to push that out that quickly. I don't want to rush that. I'm still getting on phone calls with people and running it by them and seeing if they'd be a good fit and kind of looking for prospects. So I don't want to rush that out. So he helped me come up with a plan for my copywriting services that is very affordable, but very useful. And it's more of a copy audit. I'm not writing a whole bunch of copy from scratch, but I'm helping people improve copy that they already have in their funnels. So that's going to be that offer. And he's building the funnel for me, probably also tonight. So that's happening. We're repurposing some trainings I already did on copywriting. We're turning that into a lead magnet, which is going to be a free ebook. And the way we did that is I took the video trainings I already did. I transcribed them using otter.ai, which is a free tool. But then I had to go in and reformat the transcription. That, let me tell you, that took me hours. I worked on it Saturday night, throughout the day, yesterday when I wasn't spending time with my family. Finally finished it this morning, but that's just one. I have another one to do. Then as the next thing in the value ladder, people can buy the actual video trainings that are bundled together. So why are we offering the ebook for free, but the videos you pay for? There's a lot of extra commentary in the videos. So things that I think are useful, but that people really need to be able to watch. Plus people generally will pay more for, a video training or an audio because they don't have to sit and read something. This is why you see Russell sell copywriting secrets, expert secrets, etc. And all you pay is shipping, so $8 for shipping, but then you pay $15 or $20 for the audiobook. Why? Because it's way more convenient. It's way more convenient for someone to just put a video on in the background and listen to it, or listen to it while they drive. Yes, Brian, exactly. So Alex shows you how to set up and grow a group, like all the technical stuff, like how you pick a group name, how you write a group description, how you prime your feed to get people in, how you use emojis in your posts. I mean, all that little stuff. And then I give the pieces to make it look and read well. Exactly. Thank you. You just summed it up so well. So yeah, I have this copywriting package I'm putting together too that I'm hoping to launch this week. But now that I have at least one offer complete and ready to go, I feel like I can chill out a little and just kind of like look at what I did. So just wanted to share with you like the post I did about this, where I kind of learned what I did wrong, or just like what it looked like. I thought that was in that post I did for Alex, but it's not. Actually, it was in this group. So let me go find that in case you guys missed it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you exactly how it went down. But anyway, like suffice to say, when you haven't built a funnel in a while, the last time I built a funnel with full-on products that I'd created and added to the funnel, it took me a while to figure it out. And that was like in April, May. That was when I was building my copywriting funnel for my launch copy package, which is another like big ticket item I have that nobody has bought yet. So this, it happens. You spend all this time putting together something big and then nobody buys it because maybe you're not getting it in front of the right people. So I kind of forgot all the steps involved in creating products. So I had to kind of go through that process again. There's a lot of trial and error. Then I remembered that if you want to do a payment plan, you actually have to go into your Stripe account and create it there, and you have to do it really properly and correctly, or it won't show up right in your funnel. So I had that, and I've been troubleshooting that for like hours already before I gave up, and now my strategist is fixing it. So this is what my life has looked like since Wednesday, when I told you I came up with the idea with Mike and we decided to do this. So come up with a simple offer, start designing the funnel and writing the copy, right? That was day one. Then we both had various life things get in the way and unexpected delays. Like Mike is taking care of 3 little kids by himself. One of them is a baby. His wife is, away right now. Not getting much sleep, things are coming up. He's having to we both have to make money at the same time. So we're both juggling our other client work. I had, my husband's birthday over the weekend. I couldn't work all weekend because it was his birthday. I had to be there and be present. Then we realized that funnel building is harder than we remembered, at least for me. And we both, Mike spent hours tweaking the design. I spent hours troubleshooting little things because we built it in my ClickFunnels account. Because Stripe in Europe takes way longer to pay out. It takes like 5 to 7 days or something. And I think it only takes a day or two for funds to hit my bank account from Stripe. So that's why we made the decision to build in my account. Then, we started getting feedback and we realized our strategy wasn't totally on point. We got feedback from people in our target audience, people who are Facebook group owners who've been through the whole process of building a group from scratch. So it's super important to do this. We probably should have done that a little sooner. Although we knew we had an idea that would sell, we just was figuring out really what to price everything, what to include, if we should offer, a cheaper package and a more expensive package. We went back and forth. Like I said, we built the expensive package, then we kind of panicked and made a cheaper version. Then we realized the cheaper version wasn't going to cut it. People weren't going to get what they needed. Went back to the more expensive one, but took a couple things out and then brought the price down a little and offered a payment plan. So really, even if it seems pricey, we figure people will buy it who need it. We hope, we still don't know. So then we had to based on all this, we had to redesign the funnel. We had to reorganize how we're packaging our offer stack. And then, that meant copy tweaks, that meant design tweaks, that meant moving things around. So yeah, what was initially intended to be a 48-hour launch I think, well, it's now Monday and we're only just finalizing it now. So really, I can't do the math in hours, but that's a 5-day launch, which is still really good, right? We had an idea, we've got it out. We have a really great looking funnel. I'm happy with the copy, and now we're going to see if it actually sells. And actually now's the hard part, because I also know that a launch is much more than doing a few social posts. You're competing with so much. Unless you have like a huge following, just posting in your group or on your profile page or on your business page is probably not going to get you the sales that you want. You really have to be active. So my tactics now are, I'm going to contact Facebook group owners who have like a sizable group, and ask them if I could come in, if I could do an interview, if I could like talk about my offer. If this thing really starts selling, we might do some sort of affiliate deals or like joint ventures. So like there's now is when the real work starts, because I need to contact people and tell them about it and like do a lot of messaging kind of behind the scenes. So that's where we're at, and it could be that nobody buys this thing. We don't know. We're hopeful. We feel like I at least feel like I did this more correctly than like when I was struggling in the One Funnel Away challenge with my first funnel. Like I feel like I know a little bit more about what I'm doing, what a value ladder actually looks like, what that means, who my audience is, who I'm creating this for. Like I definitely had all that clearly in mind. So that said, I'm going to drop the link to this first offer below. I would love for you guys to check it out and give me feedback. Of course, I would love it if somebody saw it and in this group and was like, oh, that's perfect for me. I'm building my Facebook group now, but I don't have a good cover photo. I want Heidi's icebreaker post. That sounds awesome. I want to know how to do Facebook Live interviews. I'm going to drop the link, so you could definitely get it if you want. But the point of this live was more to come on here and just talk to you guys about my process and to remind you how launches usually go, and to not be scared of launching. Like, yes, you're gonna have to step back, you're gonna have to revise, you're gonna have to have your strategy tight, you're gonna have to make sure your offer stack makes sense, but there's no reason not to try. Like, we all need to fail upwards until we find our funnel that converts. And as Russell says, you got to stay super focused on one thing and make it successful before you move on to the other. Now, I realize I'm not 100% doing that because I'm trying to launch 2 things at once, but they are for different parts of my business that tie in with each other. I mean, this Facebook group is about monetizing funnels through great copy. So I've got my copywriting side, and through community building. So I've got the Facebook group side. So it does all tie together. Hopefully it makes sense. And yeah, well, thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for the congratulations. I hope it actually does well. I'll definitely come back and let you guys know, even if it's a total flop and we make $0. I just want to be transparent, and I want to like at least set an example of somebody who's trying and failing. Maybe one of these days I will have a massive success, but I'm just going to keep trying until I get there. All right, guys, I wish you luck with your own projects this week. And if you're doing any launches, and you're always welcome to come to this group and ask for feedback. And oh yeah, so Thursday through Sunday of this week, I will be at Tribe of Buyers in San Diego. I'm going to meet in the flesh Alex Elliott, Mario Payage, Doug Boughton, Caleb Ewing. The entire DM Hose team is coming over. He's coming all the way from Scotland. It's crazy. Colleen Carroll, who has a great One Funnel Away Challenge support group. Samantha Gooden, who's in the One Group Away Challenge. Corey Gulick, I'm not sure if he's going to be there or not. I know he bought a ticket, but like really some awesome folks. So you can expect some spontaneous lives from that event, and probably a lot of photos in everybody's feed. So look forward to coming back and sharing with you what I learned, and we'll talk soon. All right, have a great rest of your Monday.